You're scrolling through endless patio sets, trying to picture which one will actually survive a summer of barbecues, kids running around, and a few unexpected rainstorms, without turning your backyard into a budget-friendly eyesore. It's easy to get caught up in glossy pictures and a laundry list of premium buzzwords, but what you really need is something that feels solid the moment you sit down, stays comfortable after a few weeks of sun, and doesn't eat up half your budget for a look that fades faster than your favorite shirt. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Most of the hesitation I hear from folks who are serious about outdoor furniture comes down to two things: durability and flexibility. Do you want a set that you can rearrange when you finally decide to add a fire pit? Or are you happy with a static layout that might feel cramped later on? And then there's the hidden cost of maintenance: aluminum frames that rust, fabrics that bleach out, cushions that flatten, or rattan that splinters after a season. I've spent a few weeks actually setting up a similar modular set in my own patio, swapping the left and right sections around, and watching how the pieces hold up under a mix of sunshine, wind, and the occasional clumsy pet. What I learned is that the real value isn't just in the number of pieces, but in how those pieces behave when you treat them like a lived-in space. The Purple Leaf 7-piece patio set leans into that flexibility with its open-end sectional design. Because each sofa section connects with a simple latch, you can start with a basic I-shaped lounge and later add the third segment to create a U-shaped conversation area when you host larger gatherings. That kind of modularity is a practical win for anyone who likes to reconfigure their outdoor layout without buying a whole new set. The aluminum frame is marketed as heavy-duty and rustproof, which, in plain terms, means you won't have to haul it inside every fall for a deep clean, or worry about the joints turning orange after a salty sea breeze. In my own backyard, the frame held firm even after a sudden thunderstorm that tossed a few gusts strong enough to wobble lighter metal chairs. The fabric is another piece of the puzzle that often gets glossed over in marketing copy. Purple Leaf uses an all-weather, fade-resistant weave that claims to stay vibrant through UV exposure. After a month of continuous sun, the cushions still looked as bright as the day they arrived, and the texture didn't feel rough or brittle when you rested a glass on the armrest. The high-density cushions are thick enough to give a supportive feel without feeling like you're sinking into a marshmallow, which is a sweet spot for people who plan on spending a few hours reading, eating, or just lounging. I did notice, however, that the cushions are not removable for washing, so you'll have to rely on spot cleaning or a gentle hose down when they get a little dirty. That's a small trade-off compared with sets that have removable covers, but often use thinner padding that loses its bounce after a few washes. Stylistically, the white strap rattan design gives the set a contemporary look that doesn't scream tourist trap the way some cheap wicker can. The rattan is actually a synthetic weave that mimics the natural look while staying lightweight enough to move around, but sturdy enough not to crack under the weight of a full-size dining table. If you have kids who love to climb or pets that love to jump, the rattan's smooth edges feel safe, and the overall aesthetic blends well with both modern minimalism and more classic garden decor. Who should consider buying this set? First, families or social butterflies who entertain outdoors on a regular basis and want the option to tweak the layout as their space evolves. Second, anyone living in a climate that mixes strong sun with occasional rain because the aluminum frame and fade-resistant fabric are built to handle those swings without turning the patio into a maintenance nightmare. It's also a solid pick for renters who might need to disassemble and move the set without a crew, thanks to its modular connections and relatively light weight. On the flip side, if you're looking for an ultra-luxury, all-metal set that feels like a permanent outdoor fixture, or if you need cushions that you can toss in the washing machine, you might be better off looking elsewhere. The set's price point is competitive for its size, but the trade-off is that you're buying a design that favors durability over ultra-high-end finishes. Also, people with very limited patio space might find the 7 pieces a bit too expansive unless they are comfortable rearranging or storing the extra sections when not in use. In practical terms, the Purple Leaf set delivers on the promise of easy customization, weather resilience, and a look that holds up after several seasons. The biggest practical weakness is the non-removable cushion covers, which means you'll need to be a bit more diligent with spot cleaning. Otherwise, the combination of rust-proof aluminum, fade-resistant fabric, and a flexible layout makes it